Hello， 云同桌们，我是月明，欢迎回来。第一堂课花了整整6个视频的篇幅把它全部讲完，干货实在是比我想象中的还要多很多。不知道大家有没有看到一些可能自己曾经忽略掉的内容呢？这里我还是先把第1节课的内容稍微做一个总结吧。首先第一，我们有讲到为什么好的情绪也要释放，以及双面释放。第二，为什么不要夹杂一些其他的灵性概念和方法混用到释放法里？同时骑几匹马并不会让你走得更快。第三是这3个问句的目的是什么？第4是教大家如何理解情绪表。第5，指导员有解释练习本为什么至关重要，以及收获本也是不可或缺的。第6，也是非常关键的一点，就是情绪表里的内容才是你要关注的释放对象。情绪表里面没有头疼、胃疼、肚子疼，释放仅仅是围绕内在感受来进行的。大家不要混淆目标主题和释放对象，这一点是专门针对把体感当成释放对象的同学们来说的。第7，注意不要掉进剧情和头脑的一些分析假设。你遇到的任何事情，包括第6点所说的这些体感，它都是事件，要把这些事件还原成情绪。你释放的对象永远都是情绪表里的东西。第8，不要在找准情绪、定位情绪等问题上去磨太多时间，直接骑单车比纠结我要先抬哪只脚更重要。我发现我这里创造了一个金句啊，然后这里我想再顺便提一下关于持续释放，也就是每分每秒都在释放这件事情。试想一下，如果说你经常在描述剧情、表达疑惑、不停地问问题，每当你这么做的时候，你的释放动能就停掉了，因为你本来还专注在感受上做释放，但你分分钟又被头脑的疑惑带偏了。这个在之前的第1课里面也有专门提醒过。要知道，在释放法里，从来没有新鲜的问题，也没有谁的问题更独特。不管你在一个主题上卡了有多久，你的体感有多重，或者你的脑海里有多少的如果、假设、分析，总之，不管你的心智又在作什么妖，答案永远只有一个，那就是还原情绪，还原情绪，还原情绪。因为你一定是背后有一个什么样的情绪才会驱动你的心智产生了这样的问题，或者提出这样的疑惑。那么情绪嘛，无非就是 AGFLAP， 总不可能是 CAP 吧？这点很重要啊，大家一定要习惯用释放来解决任何问题，你一定要做到这一点。这样的话，你好不容易积累的释放动能才不会轻易的被停下来。用我刚才的那句金句总结，就是直接骑上单车比纠结先抬哪只脚更重要。好了，那我们开始上第2课吧。第2课呢 Nikki 一开始就说了几个非常重要的关键点，请大家仔细看。
You'll already be noticing that you're experiencing gains all of the time. I just want to ask you to remember to write those down. If they're small gains, larger gains, they're all just as important. So do make a note of them. Do keep validating yourself for the progress that you're making. You also, from just watching other people release, you at home especially, will see that often with a release comes laughter or a smile. I just want to remind you again also about that. You don't necessarily have to do that every time you release. You may find that naturally happening, but if it doesn't, that's okay too. As Hale said earlier, some of our quietest releases are in fact our most profound. So really, it's to not try and judge whether you're doing it right or not. Just let it be natural and let it be easy. We're going to be working on a worksheet now. So turn in your books to the page that says Suppress and Express. Those of you at home also. What we do all of the time is to either suppress or express. We're constantly pushing down our feelings. And let me just say a little about suppression and reiterate what Hale had said earlier. What suppression is when an uncomfortable feeling comes up and we just do everything we can to push it down and not feel it. It's uncomfortable. We don't want to, so we just suppress it and push it down. The other way that we do is to express. This is putting the feeling into action. What we do, maybe we yell at somebody. Maybe we cry. But we really put it out there, what we're doing. So what we're going to do now is you're going to think of several instances where you both suppressed and where you expressed your feelings. And I do want you to think of specifics. Because we're doing it so much ongoing, it will help you to think of specific times when you did this. It could be this time last week. It could be a year ago. It could be when you were a child. But let's take some time now to give you an opportunity to think of several things that you both suppressed and expressed. So let's just take a moment to do that. Okay, so how you work on this worksheet is, first of all, to take a specific instance, either where you suppressed or expressed, and to see how you feel now about that instance. And when you've done that, you just write that down under what's my now feeling, under the column there.
这里大家可以看到练习册上的英文，意思是让大家去回忆某个让你压抑了情绪的特定场景。上面的案例写的是当他的父亲去世的时候。这里说到压抑，我想提一个非常常见的问题，这个和等会儿大家会看到的经典的债务的案例和我在 1.6 视频里面提到的小我的陷阱息息相关。因为我相信关于财务问题是很多人也关心的，但是我在上一个视频里也提到，很多人会认为所有能用金钱解决的问题，与其一个个释放，不如直接把显化一大笔金钱作为释放的主题。这里我需要提醒的是，当你这么做的时候，其实你本身就是在逃避债务或财务困境给你带来的负面情绪，所以你转而把解决问题的方法变成了释放的主题。我们在等会儿看到的案例里， Nikki 指导员也是让这位学员去回忆当他收到账单的时候是一种什么样的感受。我相信大家在网上也经常会看到很多人他的显化目标是要显化中一个彩票大奖，但这本身就是压抑和逃避情绪所延伸出来的一个行为。我再举一个例子，这个是我之前收到的私信里，网友跟我说，因为他和他的恋爱对象失联了，对方不理他，他想把对方主动回他微信作为释放的主题。大家有没有发现这件事情和我前面说的这个例子有着共同之处？其实这位网友的释放主题应该是他和他的恋爱对象沟通十分顺畅，那么至于最终是如何实现的，它既可以是对方发信息给你，也可以打电话给你，也可以直接走到你面前来和你沟通，并不仅限于某一种。但是当他把他希望对方发信息给他这个作为释放目标的时候，他已经是在逃避他与恋爱对象失联这件事情所带给他的负面情绪了。我不知道这两个例子有没有讲清楚。那么以我自己个人举例的话，我也跟很多人一样，有10几年的房贷要还。那么我的释放主题就是我在某某银行有多少万元的债务，只是看着这一句话，然后去感受一下每个月还房贷的时候浮出什么样的情绪，然后去做释放，而不是把显化多少多少万元提房贷还完作为我的目标。这一点希望大家在写释放主题的时候注意留意一下。
And we'll be using the technique and releasing, and you'll be checking off the let go column when you've released the feeling about it. And we'll be going back and checking very often when a situation occurs like this, we have more than one feeling about it. So we'll be continuing to release until you feel good about that particular time or instance. So just a reminder, those of you at home, follow along with the instance that you're working on also. And that way you can be using the technique on your own. Okay, so who would like to work first? Okay, so Rodney, what is it you'd like to release on?
Yes, one of my goals is to get out of debt. To relieve myself of debt, but to do it honorably, not through bankruptcy or anything like that, but legitimately pay people back that I borrowed from. And sometimes I suppress my ability to do something about that. And other times I will express aggravation or frustration that I have debt and that it's still there and it's handicapping me financially, tying up my resources every month.
Okay. And can you think of a specific instance where that happened?
Yes, I can. When I write the check to pay the bill.
Okay.
I feel it acutely. So when all my money or a disproportionate amount of my funds are going towards debt instead of towards other things I like to go for.
Okay. Well, when you think about that, when you just think about writing the check to pay for the bills, what's your now feeling, Rodney, about it?
That somebody else is controlling my checkbook.
Okay. And how does that make you feel?
Not good.
Can you find what sort of emotion? Powerless. Okay. Where would you put the powerless feeling on the chart?
I know one feeling I feel is frustration, which gets back to anger.
Well, you might even want to make a note of the powerless feeling first, and that might be another feeling that's there about it. But just see, where do you think you might put powerless?
Apathy?
Yeah. Okay. I just want you, Rodney, to allow yourself to feel that powerless or apathy feeling. Can you feel it? Okay. Could you let go of that apathy feeling?
Yes.
If you could, would you?
Yes.
When would you let it go?
Let's go right now.
Good, okay. As good a time as any, huh? Okay. See if there's any more of it. Just check back, though. Feel the remainder, yeah.
Still some there.
Right, the remainder of that powerless or apathy feeling. Can you feel it? Could you let it go?
Yes.
Good. If you could, would you?
Yes.
When would you let go?
Now.
Okay, good, all right. Let's check again and see if there's any more remaining of that apathy feeling.
Still a little bit.
Okay. Let's release on that part that's left. Just allow yourself to feel the remainder there. Could you let it release?
Yes.
Just decide to let it go?
Release it.
Good, would you?
Yes.
When would you let it go?
Let it go right now.
Okay. And take a look. Is there any more of that powerless or apathy feeling there?
Feels better.
Okay. So you might want to check that powerless feeling, that apathy feeling that you let it go. Now I want you to think of, again, that specific instance in your mind, Rodney, where you were writing the check. See if there's another feeling there. What's your now feeling about that?
Now feeling like I can do something to improve the situation.
Okay. Where would you put that on the chart?
Courageousness.
I would make a note of that too, that you feel you can do something. Okay, good. Would you say that that is a gain?
Yes, definitely.
Good. You might want to make a note of that in a moment in your gains book. So who's next? Who would like to work next? Do some releasing. Michael. Let me ask you, Michael, can you think of a specific time on your list there that you expressed, when you just expressed at somebody or something that you still have feelings about?
Yeah.
Okay. Do some releasing on that. What was the time? Do you mind saying a little bit about it?
Well, I've been working with a coworker. We've been working together for a couple of weeks, and one day, for some reason, he was being really critical of what I was wearing, and I finally just told him to.
Okay. Well, what's your now feeling about that? You're just letting it go.
Yeah.
What's your now feeling about that? How's that happening, about him saying that to you?
Well, I feel kind of... I wish I hadn't reacted the way that I did, really.
Okay. And what kind of feeling would you put that under the emotions? Would it be like a regret?
Yeah, or embarrassed. No, probably more like a regret, yeah.
Okay. So it would be like a grief feeling?
No, he deserved it. No.
That might be another feeling there about it.
Yeah, I wish that I had better control.
Okay. Just write that down on your worksheet. I wish I hadn't said anything. Or that I regretted having said something.
Okay.
And just allow yourself to feel that feeling. Can you feel it?
Yeah, I can.
Could you let go of that feeling?
Yeah, I could.
If you could, would you?
Sure. Yeah, it's just going away as soon as I think about it.
Yes, good. It's just spontaneously releasing.
Mm-hmm.
Terrific. Think about it again now, Michael.
Okay.
Okay. Is there any more of that regret feeling there?
No.
Okay. When you think about it, you can check off the regret feeling, by the way. When you think about that situation again, what feeling is there now?
Like pride.
Okay.
Because I stuck up for myself.
All right.
Yeah.
Just let yourself feel that prideful feeling.
Okay.
Just make a note of it on your sheet there. Allow yourself to feel it. Could you let go of that pride feeling?
Yes, I could.
Would you?
Yeah, I would.
When would you let that feeling go?
No.
Okay. Feel any more remaining pride that might be there, Michael?
Maybe a bit.
Okay. Could you decide to let that go?
Yes, I could.
Good.
Yes.
Would you?
I did, yes.
Yeah. When? A little more?
No.
Okay.
I feel really good, thank you.
Good. So just for a moment, though, check back and think about that specific time again. How is it feeling now?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. It feels pretty good.
Okay, good. Would you say that that's again?
大家可以在这里注意到一个细节，就是指导员在反复确认 Michael 有没有把自尊自傲给释放干净。不知道大家是否还记得，在第一堂课里面，有一位学员因为自己是职业女性赚很多钱，担心别人嫉妒，当时海尔就有反复和他确认有没有愤怒的情绪在。因为我们有时候会习惯性的、无意识的去回避某些情绪，所以呢，这里我也会建议大家在做完一个释放主题，可以把前面6大负类情绪都过一遍，确认是真的这些感觉都没有了。然后以及还有一个办法就是看着这个主题问自己开不开心，开心了没有？如果开心了，那就基本上可以确认已经释放到 CAP 的阶段了。
Yeah, definitely.
Good. So don't forget to write that in your games book and also to check off and now feel good. And you can just carry on, Michael, with other instances that you've just written down there. Okay. Well, who would like to work next?
I thought of something very interesting while I was working through my particular instance when I suppressed, realizing that I think I've become an expert at suppressing. Because in one situation, or one arena of your life, for example, at home, well, you move from there to work where you have to perform whatever it is you do.
Mm-hmm.
And you find yourself not being able to deal with the problems from home at work, so you have to suppress them in order to function at work.
Sure.
And I find that in this particular instance, I was in a very heated argument with my mate.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to put that out of my mind in order to function at work. And looking back on it, I see a lot of guilt and remorse about the argument, and then suppressing it so I could carry on with the day's activities.
Okay. What do you think about that instance now, Chris? What's your now feeling about that happening?
I think the strongest feeling is guilt.
Okay. Just write down guilt there. Where would you put that on the chart? Guilty feeling.
Grief.
Yeah, okay. What I'd like you to do is just to allow yourself to feel that guilty or grief feeling. Can you feel it?
Very much so.
Could you let it go?
Yes.
You could, would you?
Yes.
When would you let it go?
No.
Okay. Feel it again. Feel the remaining grief feeling there. There's more of it there. Can you feel it? Could you let that guilty or grief feeling go? Just a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Would you?
Yes.
When would you let it go?
No.
Okay. When you think of that time again, can you feel any more of it there?
There's still a little there.
Yeah, okay. Fine. Just feel the part that's left, Chris, of that grief feeling. Can you feel it?
Mm-hmm.
Could you let it go?
Yes.
Would you?
Mm-hmm.
Would you let that feeling go?
No.
Okay, good.
Feels a lot lighter.
Good.
Better.
Just think of the instance again, though. See if there's any other feeling there about when you had that heated argument. You had to come to work and just suppress it.
Maybe a slight feeling of anger for
Okay.
things that occur that way.
Okay. Just allow yourself to feel that there. That angry feeling when you think of that time. Okay. Could you let that angry feeling go?
Yes.
Would you?
Yes.
When would you let it go?
No.
Okay. Let's see, is there any more of it there?
I feel pretty good about that.
Good. Okay. So you can check off, feel good, and check off your anger and guilt feelings, having let those go. Okay, Chris, so what was the time you expressed a feeling?
Well, the first instance that came to mind was after an evening of escaping.
Mm-hmm.
Was driving my car, which was then new at the time, and somebody rear-ended me. And naturally, my first instinct was just rage. And I got out and literally became physical with the person that had hit me because there was no reason for them to hit me. And I can very easily get back into the anger of that situation because ever since the car was repaired, it seems like there's something that they missed and something that's happened ever since. And I really kind of regret what happened in getting out of the car and getting physical with the person, but at the same time you get caught up in the anger.
Yeah.
Is it so wrong to express at any point in time?
Well, let me answer that by just saying that there's a feeling behind your question even. And maybe you might want to take a look and see what is behind that. Can you get a sense of a feeling just even behind your question?
Guilt. Guilt for doing it.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, but just where would you put that on the chart? Is that the grief feeling again?
Am I stuck there?
No. You'd be surprised how much of a feeling we have. I mean, really, sometimes we just have feelings that, keep on coming up for us.
Yeah, I think maybe it does fall back into grief.
Okay. Well, let yourself feel that. Can you feel it?
Mm-hmm.
Could you let it go?
Yes.
Would you?
Yes.
When would you let that go?
No.
Okay. Can you feel any more of the remaining grief there?
There's a little.
Okay. Could you let it release?
Yes.
Would you?
Yes.
When would you let it go?
Now.
Okay. Just check again. Is there any more of the feeling there?
It's better, but just a little.
Okay. Well, that remaining piece, just let yourself feel it again. Could you let it go?
Yes.
Would you?
Yes.
Good. When?
Now.
All right. Okay. And how is it now?
Much better.
Okay. Think of this specific instance where you just got rear-ended. And see what feeling is there about it, Chris, now. And just remember that happening. And see what feeling it stirs up now. And you think about you getting out of the car. Once you get physical even with the other person there.
Once again, just a touch of the anger.
Okay. All right. Just feel it again. Just let yourself feel it. Could you let it go?
Yes.
Would you let it go?
Yes.
When would you let that go?
No.
All right. See if you can feel any more remaining anger there. When you think of that situation or instance, just let yourself feel it. Could you decide to let that anger go?
Yes.
Would you?
Yes.
When would you let that go?
No.
Okay.
That feels much better.
Good.
I don't know why I need to carry that around with me anyway.
Right. But it's absolutely amazing how something can happen like it's 2 or 3 years ago. But we actually never deal with the feelings about it. We do just suppress them. And, even in a situation like this, or you may even just be walking down the street and suddenly you feel it. And it's like from 3 years ago. And we really just don't need to carry that around with you. But so now, with releasing, you can turn that around. And when you notice those feelings coming up, instead of pushing them down, just let them come up and allow yourself to release them. Okay? And I would make a note in your gains book, Chris, and check off the appropriate columns there. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so who else has something that they'd like to do some releasing on? Yeah, Greg.
I've been dealing with having insomnia, and it's tied together with allergies, and I think they're just symptoms of all the feelings built up.
Okay.
But a specific instance I was thinking of is I do anything to avoid going to bed at a reasonable time, and it's just I'll watch TV or go out in the back patio and play pool. Anything, make lists of things I have to do the next day. Just a fear of walking into the room to try to relax and settle down and go to sleep.
Okay. Can you think of the last time that maybe that happened?
About 12 hours ago.
Okay. Why don't we take that time then? Okay.
Going on every day.
Right. Well, when you think about just last evening, when you're thinking about wanting to go to bed but knowing it's too early, that you're never going to be able to sleep, what's the feeling there? What's your now feeling about that?
Just feeling a fear.
Okay. Just let yourself feel it, Greg. That fear feeling. Can you feel it?
Yeah.
Could you let go of that fear feeling? It's just a feeling.
Yeah, let go of some of it.
Good. Would you let go of a little more?
Yes.
Okay. When would you let it go?
Now.
All right. Feel some more of it there. Feel more of what's left, Greg. That
Actually
fear.
feels like a shortness of breath just to think about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how does that make you feel?
That spurs more fear.
Okay. Yeah, it's like a vicious circle. Well, just feel what's there now. That fear feeling. Can you feel it?
There's a little bit left.
Yeah.
I let go of quite a bit.
Good. Well, just that piece left. Could you let it go?
Yeah, I can let it go.
Good. Would you let it go?
Yeah, I'm letting it go right now.
Great.
Yeah, feels good.
Now, when you think about not being able to sleep last night, or going to get to bed, and just thinking it's too early, not looking forward to that, what's the feeling there now?
Doesn't seem as important.
Okay.
That's a step in the right direction.
Certainly is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you put that on the chart?
That it doesn't matter.
Okay.
That's kind of good.
Yeah.
That's up someplace almost to acceptance, I think.
Yes,
It really doesn't
absolutely.
matter.
Absolutely. Great. And just as a suggestion, Greg, you might want to, it's a wonderful opportunity that we have in the beginning of the morning when we first wake up, and last thing at night, to do a little releasing, especially if you know that you have difficulty sleeping. You might want to see what feelings are there and release those about, it might be a feeling, I know I'm never going to get to sleep again tonight. So that might be more of that fear. Or it's hopeless.
Yeah, I've had the hopelessness.
Uh-huh.
And you wake up in the middle of the night and go, well, why bother? It's 5 o'clock, close to daylight, I'm up,
Right. And see just before you go to bed what feelings are there and release those. Many graduates of ours have reported that when they do that, they get such a different night's sleep and much more calm, relaxed, and they're able to sleep. In fact, I had a man in Orange County who, in a class some time ago, and he came into the class and he just couldn't sleep at night. In fact, he got back from the Gulf War and he just had nightmares every single night. And he would wake up the same time even, on the dot. He said it to me, I don't even have to look at the clock. And I just know what's there. And I helped him release. And in fact, the third day of the class, he came in and he just said, I have this game to share. He said, I can't believe it. I slept last night for the first time and I didn't wake up. I didn't look at the clock. I slept the whole night through. And he said, and I did it by releasing before I went to bed. And he said it was wonderful. And he's continued to do that for himself, and it really helped him. So you might want to try that.
I'll do that.
Okay. But let's take a time now where you express the feeling that you have feelings about still.
I'm kind of focused on the same issue.
Okay.
This morning, I didn't get to sleep till maybe between 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Woke up in the middle of the night at about 4, and I'm just getting back to sleep, and my dog starts barking.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there screaming at this dog in a real relaxing way to get back to sleep. You know,
Right.
shut up. You're dead, you know.
Okay.
That was real anger.
Yeah. Just make a note of the anger on under the what's my now feeling column.
All right.
Okay. And when you think about your dog barking and waking you up, just let yourself feel it, that angry feeling.
Okay.
Could you let go of that feeling of anger?
Yeah. Yes, I can.
Good. Would you?
Yeah, yes, I will.
When would you let it go?
Not right now.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if there's any more remaining of that anger feeling.
There isn't.
Okay.
It shouldn't have mattered. It doesn't matter.
Okay. You feel okay about him doing
Yeah.
that?
He
Good.
lives.
Good. Yeah, it could be difficult to stop the dog barking. We can't always change the externals. We can't always change what's going on around us. But you can change how you feel about it.
Yeah, that's the key.
Really. And that's the way you can handle it. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Craig. And don't forget to write in your games book, too. Just remember to acknowledge yourself. We're going to do some releasing now with the home viewer. So you can carry on working, taking an example off of your sheet here where you either suppressed or expressed. And now let's do some releasing all together. Okay. So those of you at home, just get comfortable and allow yourself to focus on your feeling center. And take a specific instance that you wrote down that you have a feeling about. And just see what your now feeling is about that specific time. When you've identified the feeling, just write it down under what's my now feeling. Again, if it helps you to use the chart, feel free to use that to help you identify the feeling. Whatever that feeling is, just allow yourself to feel it. Now, could you let go of that feeling? Would you let it go? When would you let it go? Feel more of that feeling there. Just the remainder that's there. Just allow yourself to feel it. Could you let it go? It's just a feeling. Would you let that feeling go? And when would you decide to let it go? Let's take another look and allow yourself to feel the remainder of that feeling there. Maybe more of it there. You don't always let go in one go. Sometimes it takes several times. So just allow yourself to feel the remaining feeling. Could you let it go? Would you let it go? When would you let it go? Okay. Now you may have let go of all of that feeling by now. And if you have, you can check it off in the let go column. But let's think of that instance again. And see what your now feeling is about it. If there's a different feeling there. Whatever feeling is there now, just write it down under what's my now feeling. Now whatever that feeling is, just like you to allow yourself to feel it. Could you let go of that feeling? Would you let it go? And when would you let it go? Allow yourself to feel that feeling again, whatever is remaining there of it. Could you let go of that feeling, whatever it is? Would you let it go? And when would you let it go? And just see what's left there now again of that feeling. Allow yourself to feel whatever's left. Could you let it go? Remember, it's just a feeling. Would you let that feeling go? And when would you let it go? Okay, good. Probably feeling a lot better about that instance now. If you do need a little more time, you can pause the tape and just finish until you feel good about that time or that situation. And when you do, just check off on the let go and the feel good column.
Well, using the release technique has made me a very different person. When I first came to the course, I had no idea what to do with all the things going on inside me. And I didn't even understand what they were. And it really has given me a tool that I have with me all the time. And it's my best friend. It's there no matter where I am. And it just is something that enables me to really be in charge of my life and how I feel about what's going on. And I never knew there was anything like that around. And it's just given me back a lot of me that I didn't even know was missing.
The advice that I can give to anyone that wants to learn this technique, based on my own experience, is that I come from a family that the virtue is stubborn. And just allow yourself to get the stubbornness out of it and just really go for your feeling center and allow yourself to have the opportunity to feel it, so then you can judge it if you want to. But allow yourself to give that opportunity.
Okay, so we're going to take a break here now in the class, and I suggest you do so at home also. If you do need more than 15 minutes, that's quite okay. And if you need more time just to carry on your releasing, that's also all right. But do keep a focus on your releasing and seeing what feelings are there. If you can't get back after 15 minutes, and maybe it's going to be an hour or two before you can regain or restart, that's fine. But just keep your releasing and your focus going, and that way you'll be getting the maximum out of the course.